Um, Talking about the team, I know that people like Eladio Diaz and Cesar Alvarez and a few others, they worked in the blend. What is it like working with these guys? Because they've been in the industry for years. They know so much. What is it like, you know, working with them, coming up, asking them, do me another 20 more blends. I want you guys to be creative. What is it like?
No, Víctor Infante, César Álvarez, Eladio Díaz. Eladio Díaz is not is Eladios Diaz from Davidoff. That the one that he helped me out. His brother.
Oh, they got
Yeah.
the same
So
name.
yeah, the same name.
Okay.
Yeah, the same name. To tell you honestly, it was really easy. When you work with a team that is really savvy and blending and with all this experience, it's really easy to talk tobacco and describe feelings and accomplish a blend. So for me to answer the question it was really easy to work with them because they really have a great experience and such a notable as well coming from.
So, how much input did you have in the blend? Did you tell them roughly what you were looking at, and then they produce all the blends, or did they just gave you all these blends and you just chose one?
No, no. Well, we tried the tobacco raw, different different perritos or
Yeah.
different different parts of the tobacco, and I tell them exactly these words. But I want a cigar that it really motivates you to smoke another one.
Okay.
And I want some cedar, I want some citrusy, I want uh, uh, some grassy notes. I want some a lot. It has to be floral. Um, I want a really majestic blend. And I remember when Victor de la Cruz said, "I got it. I know exactly what you want. With this tobacco, we can accomplish this." I said, and I think to myself, okay, he just gave me that answer to because he wants to produce the cigars. But no, man, he's really good. And exactly what I asked him, he's really close, and we just need to tweak a little bit more. And then that was the number three.
That was number three. No, I think it is different to what I've tasted before. Um, I gotta say as well, the construction, the way that it burns, is very linear. I mean, we've been doing this conversation and we had some technical issues and stuff. It doesn't go off. It burns very nice. The construction is amazing. The Something that I enjoy a lot is the aroma. Sometimes, because it produces a lot of smoke, I find that it produces a lot of smoke, and sometimes the smoke can be strong, especially when you're in a room or close to somebody else. It could be strong and not too pleasant, but it has a very nice floral aroma, which I find really nice as well. The blend is very nice and it's been very well created. I think you got the right team to do this. I wanted to ask you, um, which was the tobacco that you bought that it wasn't ready and you had to wait, that they called you for it? Which one of the whole blend? Which one was it? Because something that I found really interesting as well is that around the back of the pack, you've actually put the whole blend, specified everything, which is not something that I've seen before. Normally, they tell you one or two things and that's it. But you've actually, there's five fillers. You've mentioned which ones they were, the age and everything. Which one of this was the one that you bought that they were holding for you? That started the whole thing basically.
De piloto cubano.
The Piloto Cubano. All right, nice. And tell me, you specified the blends, which is something that I've not seen before. I don't know if this is something that they do in the USA or because I haven't seen it before. Why did you go and specify everything exactly as it was?
Well, well, thank you for asking that question. It's not a lot of people trying to be care about that, but I care. When I was developing the project with a friend of mine, he said, "What do you want to put?" I said, "I want to put the a short story, what I feel in the cigar, and the description." And he told me the description. I said, "Yeah, I want to put the wrapper, bind, and the fillers with the with everything what I have, all the information that I have from these tobaccos. I wanted to put it in there. For example, the humidity average and the temperature. I want to put it in there because I don't see that in the market. And I have the the position of the plant for example, ligero, viso, secos. I have all that, but I cannot really be that explanatory because and then a lot of people will copy. And I would think that I would do it again to be more the description. I would do it again if I do another project because I think consumers they need to know what they have and what they're spending the money. So that's exactly how I did it and pictured it myself. So I think that was a great conversation as well because a lot of people trying five fillers. I say yeah. Some cigars has five, four, three, two. Depends what you're trying to accomplish. In this one, my what I'm trying to accomplish is have the story on the cigar uh, in a blend. That was my whole thing to that I picture that I want the blend talk by itself.
And I think it's something really nice because me as an aficionado, I like to do some research all the time, find what I'm smoking, and when you give the description, then now next time I smoke another cigar with the same wrapper or the same filler or similar regions at least, then I think it's easier to pinpoint certain notes, or at least what you're smoking. I think that was something really good. When I saw it, I was like, oh, all right. So now I know what I'm smoking and what it is and why it tastes like it tastes. So it's a nice touch, and I thought it was very different. Um, Overall, I think you also have a quote. Is it the same quote that is on the band, right? On the side of the
And the side, and the packaging. Yeah.
and you named the people who were involved. I think it's really nice and very personal. That's the word. Very personal. Very just by looking at it and reading, I could see what you were thinking of, and what was important for you. It wasn't just you know correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't just selling a cigar. There you go. It looks like this, beautiful. Buy it. You actually wanted to go deeper, family, tradition, friends. It's different. It's something that I haven't seen before, and I think it was well done.
And thank you very much. And so you appreciate that. But in 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 all instance, that was my goal to be connected to the consumer as much as I can, bringing a little touch of from my end to people who try it around the world. For example, this morning I have a conversation with a guy in Korea. They trying the
Wow.
cigars. The
Wow.
other day, Mexico, Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, U.S., the islands, Canada, Spain, Italy. I mean,
All
eh,
over.
I you don't know. Even if it was 25,000 cigars, I feel like it was 25 million cigars because I have 25 thousand stories right now to share with
Yeah.
everybody, and that was a. It's really it means a lot for me. It means a lot for the whole industry. It's not for me itself, but I trying to be an advocate of a great industry that we are and representing it the right way.
So I'm guessing all these stories and everybody you touched has inspired you to carry on. And are you going to get more into cigars now, the manufacturing? You're going to build more blends, create more stuff, or you're still going to do it every now and then?
I would do the number three again. It would be Culture Blend number three in a couple of years. But in the meantime, I would do different stuff, blended with another blender in another for another brand. I would say, and it would be limited as well. Limited tobacco that they have, and I tried and I get my hands dirty with them and touch the tobacco and blend, and I would do 10,000 or 15, 20 or 50, who knows, with different manufacturers.
So we're gonna see more stuff coming from you, basically.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's nice. Are you gonna carry on the Cigar Culture brand, or is the Cigar Culture just gonna be for blend number three?
It will be under the Cigar Culture.
That's good. That's good. So now you're gonna create a brand around it and more blends, more lines.
Sure, man, and I think we all deserve that as an enthusiastic. I put my enthusiastic hat right now, and I say, man, I love to try new blends, and I need to try new stories because every cigar is a story, and I like to be really in depth with the consumer to bring in something different. I would say to their hands because I think this is really personal, as you said, it's really personal, but at the same time, it's really challenging to do all these different blends.
Yes, of course. Um, Something else that I want to touch with you is that you're quite young compared to most of the people who have cigar brands and are into the cigar world. What will you say to somebody young who wants to start their own brand or get into cigars? What inspired you? Obviously, you have a background, but you went really into cigars. You really didn't grow into cigars. What will you say to somebody who wants to start a brand, who thinks, I'm too young for this, I don't have the experience? What will you say?
I would say that investigate in what industry you involving yourself and spending time, more than money, time, because more knowledge you get from this industry, more savvy you get. Investigate, ask questions, try different cigars, try different tobaccos. Always try, and make a lot of notes. And when you feel that you're in the right time to do it, do it. Why not? I think that the cake is really big, um, but you need to investigate about what you put in your hands on. You know,
So it is something that is possible for somebody to start.
so it's possible. It's really possible, but you need to investigate. You don't want to be another cigar in the market. You ended up smoking all your cigars that you did for the public, and you ended up smoking yourself. You need to establish not only in the blending part in the tobacco cannot be just passion. Has to do with business as well. And you need to know a lot of retailers, a lot of wholesalers, a lot of distributions, and it's a lot of channels you need to discover and get your hands dirty in that. You know.
So you think the younger generation, the younger aficionado, they're looking for a different taste, different tobaccos, different style of cigars, or carry on, with the ones that we've had for so many years?
So I'm gonna start with the no. I think uh, bigger brands already established, and they know they have their consumers. New brands now, what they capturing is the new smokers and the new savviers or new enthusiastics. They're trying to learn more about. No, this cigar tastes like this one, and it cost me $20 less. And no, I think the new generation. I think this is what I think. Um, are looking for more information, and they wanted to know more about the tobacco. End of the day.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Most of the people that I talk to and stuff, they do research, and that's why I think you put in the blend, the actual tobacco that you used is excellent because it attracts, as you mentioned, the younger generation. We want to know what it is, where it comes from, why. You know, they go into blogs, they go into YouTube videos, they watch reviews and stuff to learn to understand what they're having. And I think you're correct there. I have thought myself, the the new brands, the boutique brands and stuff should be targeting the newer generation in this way, because the big old established brands, they already have the customers who have already learned through smoking so much of the brands and variety, whether as the newer generation we are just getting into it, so learning more about it will actually teach us when we smoke, and we can choose better instead of making mistakes and maybe not carry on smoking, you know.
I think the more that you investigate or try, or more savvy you get, man. And I this is a warning. You're gonna discover a lot of things in the process, and it will be positive. Trust me.
What do you think of what would you say to aficionados? What can we do to help the industry, and to help it grow? Because something that I speak sometimes with cigar brands is that the older generation is the one that is more into cigars. There's not many new young generations. What will you say to somebody like me or anybody watching this video that could help the industry and help the aficionados around us?
Number one, support your local retailer, your local shop, your local establishment, your lounge, your cigar shop, your anything. Support. Ask them questions. They have the answers. And towards the brands, I think you need to be reachable. You need to be ask them questions. They like to answer those questions, like, why did this cigar taste like this? Why is cigar so good? Why this band? Why this box? Why? They like to that, but if you don't answer those questions, they don't know. So you need to be more as a consumer part. I would demand those answers from the manufacturers and brands. In terms of the younger generation, is gonna be bigger than before, because now you have more people smoking cigars, enjoying cigars than ever. So I truly believe in the industry. I'm a pro industry, um, and I think back again. I think I said in the beginning. Uh, for example, myself, my family, my dad, provide for his family, for me and my family, from tobacco. We went to school. We have a great life. Now are we doing the same thing for my kids and for my family as well? So I think it's a big challenging. It's a big thing. It's a big commitment that I have. It's not only making cigars, but just getting to know more the cigar culture more than ever, with a very precautious way, because we have a lot of regulations.
What has been the best advice you've received that you could share with us?
Wow, I have three. I have three. When I started working in retail, really savvy man, really, wow. He's been in the business from the 1930s. His family from the 1930s to now, to a couple of years ago. When I started working there, he told me, "Are you really patient?" And I said, "I consider myself. I have a lot of patience." I said, "Okay. So if you have a lot of patience, you'll be succeed in this business."
Okay.
That's number one. Then number two, it was a guy, big guy in the industry. He passed away. I was in the farm with him, with his hat. He'd take his hat off. I was talking to somebody from Reiners visiting the farm, and I was explaining the tobaccos and all that. And he'd take his hat off, and he said, "Adrian, remember this. You're doing good. If you don't share what you know, you don't leave any legacy. Legacy is what we become at the end of the day."
Oh, that's really nice.
It was really nice and really deep as well, because a guy like that, he don't need to tell me that. He told me, "You're doing good explaining because they don't understand it," and I trying to explain it, and he gave me that quote. It was really interesting. And the last quote, it was 23 years ago when my dad told me, "Ben, those who cultivate, sow, harvest, and cure, ferment, and process their tobacco, they always gonna have good cigars. Those who aren't aware of these procedures will never know what they have."
Wow, that's great, man.
So
That's very
I
nice.
will I will leave you with those three, and that was the best advice that I getting in my life.
That's amazing. That's deep, like you said. That's really nice. Now, I guess um, I've had the opportunity to speak, to interview, to talk on the phone with people in the industry that has been doing this for many years, and they always have some great stories, amazing advice, and one of the things that I hear the most as well is you're always learning. You're always learning in this industry, and at the beginning I was like, listen, but this is the beginning, okay? Now I understand more. At the beginning I was like, okay, but what's the learning? Is a leaf, you ferment it, but no, there is a lot of learning. It changes a lot. It's such a big world when you really get deep into it. I mean, it's like your father. Your father, was dealing with the seeds and where to grow it and how to grow it best. It ain't just like dropping a seed here, grow a plant, and it's such a complicated business that yeah, you're always learning. And I think the tobacco industry, I think with social media and all the like YouTube and Instagram and stuff are teaching and sharing like the advice you had, sharing and teaching, and now we understand more of what we're smoking and why it costs what it costs and why some people are so passionate about it.
Yes, I totally agree with you. You 100%. That's exactly what it is. But another key part on this business is I this is a recommendation that I do to all the cigar enthusiasts and people. Please interact more to each other. When we go into a cigar lounge or cigar store and we have the pleasure to sit down, and to sit down with somebody, we ended up with another two or three new friends. So that's the relationship that you kept it, and that's the most important part, man. It's people. It's around the people. These cigars. I don't wake up every day to trying to craving a cigar. Oh, I need a cigar right now. No,
Yeah.
I think I found a way with friends, with family, with customers, with clients that, man, let's have a cigar.
Yeah.
You know, I told you in the beginning, I can't wait to meet you in person and give you a hug and smoke a cigar with you and share a lot of stories.
That'll be amazing, man. I mean, it is that what got me into cigar smoking was the atmosphere, the moment, the the people, the moment, the experience. That's what makes smoking so great and so unique. It's unique. I haven't found this in anything else. Adrian, so we have this is a limited run. How much have you got left? Can people still buy it? Where can they buy it and where can they find you?
Yes, it's a limited run. To be precise, I have for around 5,000 cigars left of this blend on the Toro size. I have like 5,000 left, and I have tobacco for another small project that I would do with in the near future, but really small. Um, but yeah, right now you can contact. Well, it's really different. I don't have anybody in Europe, but you can buy it in the U.S. Many things. You can DM me in the Cigar Culture, and we find a way to make it happen.
Links for Adrian Instagram in the description below so you can contact him and hopefully you'll still be on time to be able to buy some of these great cigars. I mean, I smoked a few already and I'm counting them. I don't want to smoke them all because I know once they're gone, man. You did a great job, and now interviewing you, it shows how the industry comes together, and even if it was the, let's say, kind of the wrong moment that you decided to do this, it worked, and there's people all over the world enjoying your cigar and your passion, the experience. So it's something really nice, and I hope we could see more companies, more brands coming up like this, because it is really enjoyable to smoke something different and something very special. And I just wanted to say thank you for creating this. Can't wait for the another 4.5 years for the next one to be able to get some more. And just hope you keep doing well. Can't wait for the rest of the stuff that you're working on, and I'm sure it's going to be great.
Man, thank you very much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Man, it means a lot for me. Because you're in London, right?
I'm in Wales, in the UK.
Look at that. Just for me right now to share that moment that somebody's smoking the culture number three in Wales. Man, I want to cry. To be honest with you, I really want to cry. It really
Oh man.
means it really means a lot for me. That wow, that cigar. Look how far it goes. It's man, it's a dream. It's a dream come true.
You've done an amazing job, and I really wish you the best. And I want to say, I also want to go meet you. I hopefully after all of this happens, we'll be able to travel, and I'll be able to visit you. Maybe we can, because I've been invited to the factory already by the guys in the factory. So maybe we can meet in the factory and enjoy some pre cigars before they hit the market.
Sure, man. Big shout out to Tabacalera El Puente. If it wasn't for them, this never be accomplished. So big shout out to them. And if you went down to go to the Dominican Republic or Nicaragua, yeah, man, just let me know. We plan it.
Thank you very much, man. Brother, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure having you here. I hope everybody have enjoyed this, little interview. It's been a bit of a difficult one with technical difficulties, but hopefully the video is going to come out okay. I will fix it. And thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and I hope to keep in touch. Hopefully we'll meet you soon.
Thank you, Luisado.
Thank you.
Thank you.